I find myself on these very beautiful boutique websites, and I get emotionally attached to pieces that I will never be able to afford because they are very expensive. So today I am going to take my fool's luck and try to recreate some of those pieces so that I can save $500. Okay, so this one is the biggie and requires the most work. I am going to cut the sleeves off, extend the length, change the neckline, and then also like add a waist. And this oversized shirt is gonna be like a really pretty picnic dress, but like, yeah. And this is the one that I'm going to try and recreate. Okay, so to start off this project, I wanted to do the easiest thing first, which I thought would be to cut off the sleeves. So I'm just measuring from the underarm, making a little cut, and then I just did the same thing on the other side so that they would be even. And yeah, just doesn't have to be a perfect straight line because I think I'll put a ruffle on that, but just try and get it decently even. And I did measure the top as well to make sure that the top was also the same length on both sides. And now we have a short sleeve shirt instead of a long sleeve shirt. So next I'm going to cut the neckline differently. I'm gonna make it into a square neckline. So first I wanted to draw a line to mark how low I want it cut, and also then to have a straight line. And then yeah, just cut it out. I was really careful about taking off the lace detail, and there was also some like extra detail, the little piping there. I didn't know if I was going to use it or not, so I wanted to save it without cutting it too much. In the end though, I didn't end up using it. This would have been easier if it was a completely plain button-down shirt, because then you wouldn't have to worry about the different textures and stuff. The next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to pin and sew on a piece to go on the shoulders. I cut right down where the sleeves are going to be, and I wanted to kind of build that back up with just plain fabric instead of having the lace in one part and then the plain fabric in another part. And for this part, just make sure that you pin it decently even, and also make sure that the seams are all going to be on the inside of the shirt. last week overthinking my whole life and the decisions that I've made, but we're going to continue this challenge. Don't worry, I haven't made any progress whatsoever. So we're gonna get right back into it, okay? Alright. Okay, so this is where we're at. So it's looking more like a shirt. I don't know how confident I am with being able to make it into a dress, because it's a shirt. It is a shirt. I have these like sleevey things sewed on. I think next I'm gonna take some out from the back, because when I put it on it's like huge and it falls off my body completely. So yeah, we're gonna take some out of the back. I got my husband to like measure how much to remove, so I'm gonna take out like 18 centimeters and then we'll see what happens, I guess. Okay. Alright, so for this I just pinned down the center of the back, and then what I did is I just cut a line beside the pins and then made the seam and made sure that the seam was going to be on the inside. Now we have the back. Ooh, this is the back. It has the pleat, and I finished along the top here with a seam. So now I'm gonna do probably the next easiest part, the sleeves. We're gonna put an elastic in it. So you just do this, and then you like pull it to a point where it's like comfortable. That is comfortable, I guess. Okay, that. Ah shit, I don't have scissors. Okay, so you cut one. It's got the little hingy thing on it. And then just cut another one, same size for the other side. I hope my arms are the same circumference. Oh yeah, okay. Now let's sew it in. Okay, so I did pin up and sew around the edge of the sleeve so that it could be a bit more finished. And then when I did the elastic, I just wanted to make sure that the tension was kind of equal throughout the whole way around. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I pulled a whole bunch of scrap fabric from the shirt, mainly from the sleeves, and then I have another extra piece that I got from the dart that I pulled from the back, and I just sewed them all together, and then I'm gonna join them into like a loop, and then this is gonna be the extension on the bottom so that it's not too short to be a dress. And yeah, so let's do that now. Okay, so for this one, I don't really know what I want to do. I kind of want to crop it and make a two-piece with a crop top. We're going to try that. So what I did is I found where my waist is gonna be, and I literally just like drew a thing, and then I'll just like measure how far down it is, and then I can copy it on the other side, and I'm just gonna cut straight across. Easy. Okay, so you can see here I matched the 2 marks on each side, and now I'm just gonna cut it when it's folded in half, so then it'll just be even on both sides. Okay, now it is cut. The next step is figuring out how short or you want the skirt to be. So I think like this is a good length. And then just measure how much this is so you'll know when you're actually sewing it. This is about 6 centimeters. Maybe I'll do 5. Okay. Next. This project, I have to say, was so much easier than the first one. I literally just cut it in half. I did finish the seam on the top, and then I just put in an elastic in the back of the bottom so that it would be a little bit more cinched to my waist. This was a really fun project to do, and I think it's great because this is a very sustainable way to get some new clothes. The pieces look totally different, especially the first one. And I was just using all the materials that I already had. Then you can totally make something new with it that you're going to wear often.
I'm getting a video.